Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And it is time to test out the new damage-focused Veldora, who ironically came out during a defense meta. But, I mean, if you look at him in a defensive perspective, he's ass. If you look at him as an offensive support unit, he's actually fairly decent. So we're going to try him out in both scenarios. We're going to test him on like the full Vengeance meta team and see if he can actually run well there. And then we're going to flip over and then use him as damage support for Otherworld Legend and maybe Warrior's Mind. But we know that their beatdown battle is coming later, so I might not actually put him on that since there's no real stage for Warrior's Mind right now. So we might just put him somewhere else instead. But we will test him out in both his settings, being a defensive team member and an offensive team member. He is light, he is magic. Light, again, has so many friggin' units now that it's not even funny. Otherworld Legend, Dragon Hakai, and Warrior's Mind, so technically all three of these teams have leaders. Dragon Hakai, I believe Velzard, Warrior's Mind Velzard also gives the extra stats to, and also gets the 12% stack buff from the stacking printer Velzard, along with Warrior's Mind, so he fits under both of her skills, actually. And then obviously Otherworld Legend is the new Velzard. Both Velzards, actually. Okay. I guess it makes sense. He uses a hammer, so if you have like light Rimuru, Groom, Rimuru, whatever you want to call him, you can just yoink it off of him. I just made him a new one. Whatever. He is attack growth. He has a single target light magic attack for 90%. No additional modifier on that. He is pure damage. His first skill gives Otherworld Legend and Warrior's Mind 80% weakness strike. So if you have type advantage, or if you have the 60% damage buff that you get versus certain typings because of your protector, you will then, if you use the skill, you do another 80% extra damage. And then seals everyone's defense up on the enemy side, which yet to see that actually being used appropriately. Probably Jubilee will have something for that coming up on Thursday. His second skill is 3 stacks of Vengeance, and then a permanent alt buff that goes up to 50% every time you use a skill, starting at 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This will stack alongside temporary alt buffs like Megamine, Guy, Water Shuna, Wind Millum. Those units have temporary one-turn buffs, will stack alongside this. This will not stack alongside other permanent buffs, so if you're trying to use this 50% right here, and then, let's say, Dark Valentine, Autogram Valentine's 80%, it would just go to 80%, because hers is higher than the 50, and since Veldora caps at 50, and she caps at 80, right here, you will just hit the 80 cap, and you'll just sit there. It won't be like 50 plus the 80, so, just like these two right here wouldn't be 80 plus 80, it would just be 80, so keep that in mind. Other things to note is that his Valor trait is terrible. He nerfs green damage, which whoop-de-doo. And then his actual trait, if you happen to have dupes in him, he gets extra protection gauge every 3 turns, which if you're going to put him on either a stacking team like Warrior's Mind or a defensive-oriented team like Otherworld Legend, it's actually a really good trait for that, because you're going to be there for a while. So 3, 6, 9, sometimes 10 turns. Well, not 10, 3, 6, 9, but you get the idea. He gets extra 20% ult damage if he's 120. I don't recommend people do that. And then with Rimuru, Raphael, whoever, he gets extra guard power and counter power. I kind of wish this was just guard power, but it is what it is. And then he is a self-buffer, so he is not buffing the team on his EX board. He is only buffing himself with more magic characters. So there's his kit. Let's get started on his showcase. Alright, this is the first team we're going to use the full meta. So we've got Yom, Veldora, Shuna, Raphael, Velzard, and then Wind Veldora, because he's going to be our orange orb changer, I guess, because they didn't give it to new Veldora, which definitely was a decision. But if they were going to make him full damage support, then I guess, yeah, you wouldn't give him an orb change. It could have used it, but I mean, Butler Veldora is still usable because he does have type advantage being wind. He does have the orb change. His second skill is not really applicable, but I just need an orb changer. So we have the blues covered, we have the oranges covered. They're going to give us a lot of points because of Velzard, and then we've got 3-4 units that stack Vengeance in some way, shape, or form. And we'll see how much additional power we can get out of this team by using Veldora's stacking ability and the weakness damage buff. And see if it's really necessary, I guess, is what we're going to be shooting for here. Alright, you'll have to bear with the lagginess of Google Play games, which I still haven't figured out why it makes my face cam wig out, but, you know, whatever. So now that we don't have Isis, we're not running the 40 skill point start, so we're just got max protection gauge. We're just going to use this orb change from Yom, and now we have 4 units that do Vengeance. And on the top of your head, that'd be like, why? It's pretty unnecessary, but is it really that unnecessary? When sometimes you don't have enough for Veldora, especially now that we don't have Isis giving us that massive 50% green gauge buff. So we're not always going to have Isis available, no, we're not always going to have Velzard available to reset our Vengeance stacks, and we still do want more. Holy shit, this game is laggy as fuck. I really wish they would just do something about this background. Alright, that's good. That's a very good hand right there, because we have... how many points do we have, actually? I don't know. We have 77 points. Okay, so we can do 3 things here, which is good, because that's the only 3 things that I want to do. We're going to guard. We're going to seal. Are we going to guard? No, I think we're going to... Ooh. I think we're going to Fizz Resist and guard, and then we will orb change again with Yom once we use Velzard to reset everything. And then we'll have another full hand of greens. It won't be enough for another Velzard, though, which will probably run into that thing that I'm just literally in the middle of talking about. But on the plus side, going back, is that we have 4 units that can give Vengeance. So even though maybe 2 or 1 of them may be out of commission at 45 skill points, we still have 2 other units to really keep on stacking. Oh, that did give us Velzard. Alright, that's cool. I do have the charm on. So I do have the blue gauge on green orb charm, which is really helpful. That's a okay hand right there. 600 damage. Awesome. Love to see it. Alright, no, he's sealing our stuff. 1 damage. This is Inferno 1, by the way, so make it that what you will. 3 more turns till Vengeance kicks in. We have 8 stacks, 100 points, and we can do just about everything except use the orb. Well, we could use the orb change, but I don't really want to. So let's do this orb change, and then let's get Veldora out of here for our Veldora. Yeah, the other Veldora, even though we have the resistance and everything. Actually, is that a good idea? Because we do have the resistance. No, I think we just do this. I think we just do this and run with it. We'll make back all those points on these greens right here. Not that it really matters. So, I mean, we could keep them sealed another turn, so why not? You know, we're leaving points on the table. I just don't want to swap anyone in right now to deal with the ult when we already have all our defenses up. We could have used a stack of Vengeance from Veldora to get the extra 10% ult damage, which would have helped Yom out a little bit here. We could have used Shuna to start rushing her ult. It doesn't really matter all that much, because we're going to get it eventually. Maybe right here. Actually, right here is a perfect time to use it, because he's not going to ult us anymore. Good. Alright. And there's a hit. Cool, we're up to 20 stacks of Vengeance. Now we're looking good. So, let's go ahead and reset everything. Now, this will kind of take away from our whole Vengeance stacking with the Velzard, because obviously we're going to bring in one of these guys, but both of our orb changes needed to be reset. So let's do 1, 2, and then let's start getting some other things in here. They're still sealed. We still have a little bit of defense. Let's take you out, and then we'll get 1 stack of Veldora here, which will be 10% ult damage, 3 more Vengeance charges, and then on top of that, we'll bring Shuna in for Veldora. And then we'll use her Vengeance, which will rush her alt a little bit, and then 3 more stacks. And then we have a full hand of greens, which means we're going to make it all back. We're going to have another Velzard next turn to probably hopefully reset our orb changers. This is working pretty well, actually. Alright, we got 1 counterattack out of there. So we have to use Veldora 5 times. We have to get 5 stacks with him personally. Alright, that's not a great hand right there. I think we just kind of have to take that one. So, what stacks haven't we used? Like right here. Like, do I want to use Velzard? Not really. So, we have used this stack and we have used this stack. We could use Velzard now and reset those. It's entirely possible. Do I want to, though? Not really. But I think we're going to have to anyways. So, let's do this. So, Velzard, reset all of those skills. And then we will again rush our alt with Shuna. So there's 3 stacks. She's almost to an EX alt. Cool. We'll bring in Veldora for you. And then we'll rush his alt, or not, we'll give alt damage plus 3 more stacks. And then we'll bring Butler Veldora back in. And then I think we use the orb changes to make sure we've got this going. Or we get some defense. I think we should get some defense more than anything. And we'll kind of just run this as it is. We'll try and get rid of those blues. Let's seal, and then let's put the physical resistance on. Alright, so we've used Veldora twice, so we're up to a 20% buff, which does not offset the 40 that they're lowering us by. But it is what it is. Hopefully we get some more greens out of this hand. Alright, this does lower their physical attacks, so we'll take even less damage. 12k right there on the AoE. I mean, it's not great, but it's slightly more than we would have done, because we have 20, only minus 20 instead of minus 40. Alright, there's 3 stacks of Vengeance. Cool, no damage, no damage, no damage, and we're up to 44 stacks. 265 right there. Do we just send the oranges now? We literally can't do anything, so yeah, I think we just send the oranges. We need points more than anything, and we can use none of them. What if we do this instead? It's 32 points. So it's 35. Yeah, let's do that. It's hopefully we get like a full hand of Raphael, maybe. Ah, this is the counterattack turn. We did not take advantage of that. Oh well. They're still only doing little tiny bits of damage right here. Alright, 219, 577. Oh no, we sealed our crit and our pierce rate. What are we gonna do, guys? 51 stacks. Sure, that works. Yeah, actually, well, no, because I want to save that. So let's get Veldora out of here. Let's go ahead and put the last stack of... Oh, no, we can't because we haven't reset yet. Unfortunate. Okay, well, we'll leave her up front anyways, and we'll just do this. And that'll get us Velzard. And some points. Okay. So now we should be able to use the last stack of Shuna to get her EX alt. And then use... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Again? Give me some greens! Greens! I would like green orbs. Okay? Alright. We're not going to make it 5 stacks. We're actually not going to make it to 5 stacks right here, because he's going to die. I think they're all going to die here, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stat swap her now. Give her the wind buff. We're gonna Velzard so we can reset her Vengeance, and we're gonna use it to get her EX alt. Cool. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna seal these guys, and we'll just take hopefully not a lot of damage. And yeah. So now Shuna is ready to go. We have no green orbs to give us any points, so that's awesome. Really worked out for us. And yeah, a bunch of shitty blues and oranges. Alright, yeah, I mean, did we really benefit from Veldora here? Sure, we got a few extra stacks of Vengeance, and yeah, our ult's still a little bit more, but was it really necessary? Like, rushing the EX ult for Shuna, was that necessary? Not really. We can't do anything about it. So we'll bring her in and we'll nuke, I guess, with this goddamn full hand of fucking oranges. So she's got how much? She's got 20% extra ult damage. And the stat swap. We can't even use the weakness damage buff because we don't have 55 fucking points. Sure, I guess. Cool. I just don't think he's built for this team. He's not built for a defense team. We want orb changers to get green so we have enough points to use stacks of vengeance and orb change back into full hands. We did 205k there, which is cool, but we had literally no buffs. We could have done a much healthier amount than that if we had the points to do it, but RNG is just not on my side. And Veldora, he contributed 2 stacks because I need to prioritize defense here so we don't die. So he's just not built for this team setup. Like, if we drop Veldora and we drop Shuna and we put in Isis and we put in Valentine, then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 orb changers, 2 stackers of Vengeance plus Velzard, and we'd have a decent, healthy way to get more green orbs and more stacks and defense. Like, we don't need damage here. We don't need damage here. We need survivability. So, on this meta, I really think they just were like, you know what, let's cut it in half. You want defense, you summon over here. You want offense, you summon over here. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's better to summon for the defense. Because that's great. If you can do a butt ton of damage, awesome. But if you can't survive until turn whatever, until you have enough points to do a butt ton of damage, well then what does that actually do for you? It does nothing, because you're dead. And you got to redo it over and over and over, instead of just guaranteeing the win by surviving every hit and letting them whittle themselves away on purpose. So, if you're looking to optimize the Raphael Velzard defense-focused team, Shuna, not required. Veldora, not required. Let's try it out in a more damage-focused setting now. Okay, we're taking him out of a defense setting, we're going to put him in an offensive setting. Going to go into EX5 Tempered Edge versus himself. Using the Light 3.0 team, because his weakness damage buff only applies to Otherworld Legend, which we just tried to use and failed horrendously. And now we're going to take it on... Well, we did kind of. We did it in one setting, and now we're going to try it in a different format. So all these light units right here are on Otherworld Legend, Valentine, Raphael, and Milim, so they will all benefit from that massive 80% buff. Also, he is permanently stacking ult damage with Vengeance, which we will now hopefully have enough points to use 5 stacks of, which will then complement the 80% temporary buff that Megamine is giving, so that'll be a nice round number, and it's going to help Raphael hit very, very hard. Now, Raphael could be the DPS on this team, but because Veldora is an EX unit, I think that his EX ult will outweigh the 40% stun strike that Raphael is giving himself, because Raphael is not skill fused yet, so he's only giving stun strike to himself. When I will skill fuse him, and I will have his own video where we take the same exact team, except give Veldora the extra stun strike now, because if we skill fuse this, it goes to all Otherworld Legend, and that works. Or New Year's Blessing, which he's on Otherworld Legend. So we're going to use him as support and damage here, or we're going to attempt to. And I think because he has a high attack stat, we're going to swap the charm on Shuna to the alt gauge charm. No, which one? Yeah, no, this one. There we go. Okay, we'll do this one. Alright, I'll see you guys in there. Okay, I had to reset until I got a moderately okay starting hand. So we're going to use the 2 stacks of Shuna here, because turn 1 is just the orb change with Megamine and you go away and you send 6 blues. We don't need to watch that. Turn 2 is what actually kind of starts off our whole, is this going to be a good run or not? And this looks to be like an okay run. And I've had to reset a few times. So we'll bring Milliman here. Too bad that 1 Raphael orb wasn't a green, but oh well. We'll have 5 blues here, which will get us a decent amount of points. And then we'll take Megamine in. We'll bring Megamine in, and we're rushing Veldora's ult. We have the charm on to give him extra ult gauge so we can get his EX ult reliably, quote unquote. Okay, game, what the hell, man? what the hell? Alright, you are in now, so we'll do this. And then we'll use Megamine. There we go. And then we will start stacking with Veldora. So we need 5 stacks, which means we're going to have 15 stacks of Vengeance minimum in order to get him fully built up. Which is not a terrible thing. Not a terrible thing, but it is asking a lot when we are obviously having to orb change almost every single turn immensely. But the plus side is we will be able to get his ult, probably, because we're going to get a lot of stacks of Shuna, which is a lot of free ult gauge, 16% of pop right here. So he'll be, you know, almost 1.5 ways up there. And what are these hands, man? Okay, well, we're going to run with it. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll just come back on turn 4 after a cut or something. But sometimes the game is like, yes, I want you to play me. And then sometimes the game is like, no, why are you looking in my general direction? And right now is one of those times. So we could do this and pray. Could do that, could do that. We don't have enough to use Millam's orb change though, because we had to use it multiple times already. So I kind of want to pray that this changes these two. They did not. Alright. Well, that didn't really work out now, did it? Okay, let's do this. Let's bring you out, and then we'll bring you in for Valentine, and we'll use your orb change. Sure, whatever, 5 blues. Hopefully it's enough orbs to get us to do something here. 168 points. Again, see, like here, like it could be, like if I got good hands of blues and I didn't have to orb change 3 frickin' times a turn, we'd be looking okay. Because we could get multiple stacks of Vengeance, or stacks, like back-to-back stacks, but here it's just not working out. This kind of works out. So let's do this. And then we can bring you in. So we need 45 plus 25. So that's 70 points. Yeah, okay, we have enough. So let's bring you in for Millam. Yeah. And we'll get a stack. So that's 2 stacks. And then we'll take you out. That'll bring in that blue. We have just enough to use Lumi's orb change. There's a full hand of goddamn blues. We're going to have a Megamine ult, which is really not great, because I don't like using her as a... Because if I ult with her, she's going to be dead for a turn, and she's my primary orange orb changer. So I really don't want to use her ult at all. And bruh... You're going to give me a fucking coronary. Alright, he took 33k on Vengeance. Not a lot, but it doesn't really matter. Orb change. Who's it hit? Alright, that actually works out fairly well. Okay, let's bring you out. Alright, it kind of worked. We're going to have to send 5 blues here. So there's another 16% for Veldora. He's almost there. Fortunately, he has no orbs. Unfortunately. Let's get another stack with his Vengeance in. And we can get this orb change. And we'll have 5 blues. And over 200 points again. Alright, almost there. Almost there. We need 2 more stacks of Vengeance. And we need a little bit more on his ult. and he's getting absolutely no fucking orbs. Okay. Alright. You really know how to troll me, game. I guess we can do this and just pray, because this is a perfect Megamine hand. Alright, we're already on turn 7, though, and we're not quite there yet. Let's do this. Let's get you out of here. Yeah, let's do this, because we're not nuking with Raphael, so him having an ult doesn't really mean much. This gets us a lot of points. So 35k, not great, but we haven't used any buffs yet. How many points do we need to get full buffs on this team now? Okay. Ow. 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 Alright. So this will get Veldora his final stack. Let's get Raphael out so he doesn't die. Alright. And final stack, 15. Now our ult is buffed by 50% right there. We'll get these 2 stacks on Veldora, and that will give him his EX ult for next turn, or just that one right there. And we'll do another one because it doesn't really matter. All we need is the EX ult. So, here we go. We just need points now. We need points. Let's use the orb change. How many points do we need? We need 55, 110, 190, 380 points we need to be able to do this. It's quite a bit. So let's drop it out a little bit. So let's do the damage buff. He doesn't have any defense to seal, so we don't really care about using that, but I do want to use this now. And then we'll bring in... Ooh. We'll bring in Megamine for Veldora. And then we just won't send Megamine because we don't want her dead next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite enough points. Hopefully we can live the next, like, maybe 2 rounds to get enough points. Maybe, hopefully, kinda, sorta. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, 84k on the Vengeance. We just need points. We just need points. 72. We need 380, and this is not gonna cut it. Game. Alright. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back, because this is gonna take forever, apparently. Unless this next hand gives us a lot. We need 181 points. We need 82 points. Without anyone dying here, because everyone's kind of... Oh my god, it took an hour. A literal hour of resetting this stupid fucking stage, but we're finally here. We have all 5 stacks of Vengeance, which means we have 50% permanent ult damage. We have enough points to actually nuke. Nobody is dead. We have an EX ult for Veldora. The past hour, one of those things would not happen. Wouldn't have enough points. Someone was dead. We were on turn fucking 14. I still didn't have everything. This has been painful. So this will be probably the last part of the Veldora showcase because it took so damn long and I'm so pissed off at the stupid game, but we can finally do it. So let's use the alt buff. And then we can swap Megamine out because she has a lot of orbs, which is really, really lucky for us. So now we can use the light buff and the stun resistance down for Veldora, and then we can stun him and pierce him. And then, actually, well, yeah, we got to use this. And then for Pierce, and then the ult resistance down. And then we have just enough points to use the attack buff and the light resistance down from Millum. So, and Raphael has no orbs, so we'll just take him out. Okay, so before we do this, let me cut again. And because I know I did it on stream last night, where I had one less stack, but I had everything ready, and I nuked with Raphael. And I gotta figure out how much damage we did there. Alright, Raphael's nuke did 2.3 million damage last night. So this is with 1 extra stack of Shuna, because, actually you can't see that right now, but... Okay, we have 500 points, so we have 10 stacks of Shuna. Right now, we're currently sitting at 9 stacks of Shuna. So we will have a little bit less Pierce Power and Stun Strike, but I think we can make up for it because we have the EX ult for Veldora. So let's show it. We are sitting at 50 plus 80, so 130% ult damage. Veldora has the 90% Pierce Power and Stun Strike, 80% Weakness Strike, 6% Light Attack, Guaranteed Pierce, 45% just straight up attack, and then Veldora is stunned. He has a 50% ult resistance down, and then he has 30% light resistance down. So, let's see if we can hit that 2.3 million damage threshold. We'll send the Veldora orbs first just for funsies and see how much they do, and then we will nuke. This should be the first time we see his ult, but just in case it's not, let's actually watch it. Alright, let's see. 109k. Okay, that didn't do as much as Raphael did last night on the normals. Will we actually do more? Will we do 2 million here? I'm actually interested to know this. It's not a bad looking ult. Outstunning Smash. That's an interesting name. 2.6. Okay, we did do more damage. So the normal orbs didn't do as much because we don't have that extra stun strike, but the EX ult made up for the total damage right there. 2.6 million is good. It just took literally an hour and change to get that set up, and I don't know if that's really worth it. Like, we didn't need to do 2.6 million. We did a whole million more HP, which is cool, and I like seeing Big Daddy damage, but at the same time, that costs a little bit of my sanity. So, I mean, is he a good support unit / DPS unit? Yes, if you can put him with this team. And once the Warrior's Mind Beatdown comes out, we will bring him there too to support my level 120 guy and make him do stupid things. But we don't know when that quite comes out yet. Probably the end of the weekend is what I'm thinking. But for now, this is his only real team that he can run where he's going to get maximum potential. Because, you know, as we saw, trying to run him on the Vengeance meta, he just doesn't really fit. We don't need pure damage on that team. We need survivability, and he brings literally none of that. So, yeah, we're going to end that here. I know it's kind of a short showcase. We only had 2 segments, but I think they were important segments because it's the only 2 places we can really use him right now where he's going to be effective because his buff is limited to Otherworld Legend or Warrior's Mind, and we don't have a stage for Warrior's Mind yet. We will soon, and we'll take him in there. But for now, I wouldn't really bring him anywhere else, right? Because if I wanted to use this weakness strike, they need to be one of these characters. The defense seal is kind of useless right now. And then the stacking ult damage is cool, but I have Dark Valentine for that, and she goes up to 80%, not 50%. If I wanted a weakness strike unit on a blue stacking team, I would have brought Shizu, because that would have meant that we could swap out the ult. We'd get 60% weakness strike, but for 2 turns, so we wouldn't have to worry quite as much. So, I mean, there are substitutions you can use, but he does, you know, bring a package together, right? So, let me know your thoughts on Veldora. We will definitely use him again. This will not be the last time you see him. But that's it for me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.